Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans from all around the world, buckle up because we've got breaking news that could change the entire landscape of the NFL as we know it. That's right. KYLER Murray, the electric dual-threat quarterback formerly of the Arizona Cardinals, has officially signed with the Miami Dolphins in what many are already calling the start of a new era in South Beach. This blockbuster move comes after weeks of speculation, cryptic social media posts, and plenty of whispers from insiders close to both organizations. But now it's real. KYLER is a Dolphin, and the entire NFL community is scrambling to make sense of what this means, not just for Miami, but for TUA Tagovailoa, the former franchise QB who's suddenly looking over his shoulder. Oh, and just wait until you hear the message KYLER sent on his way in. An apparent jab straight at Tua. Now, let's rewind the tape for a second and set the stage here. KYLER Murray, despite all his talent and highlights, had a rocky relationship with the Arizona Cardinals over the past 2 seasons. Injuries, coaching changes, and front office drama had fans wondering if KYLER's days in the desert were numbered. And boy, were they right. Behind the scenes, sources say KYLER had been eyeing a fresh start, preferably with a team that could truly utilize his dynamic skill set, elite speed, precise passing, and a knack for making the impossible happen on the field. Enter the Miami Dolphins, a team already stacked with offensive weapons like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and desperate for a quarterback who can consistently get them over the playoff hump. But here's where it gets really spicy. Folks, KYLER didn't just quietly sign his new contract and pose for the typical smiling photo op. Nope. Instead, he took to social media mere minutes after the announcement and posted a cryptic but undeniably pointed message. When you know your worth, you don't settle. That's it. Simple but loaded with meaning. Fans and analysts alike immediately interpreted it as a shot at Tua Tagovailoa, the man who, at least until today, was Miami's unquestioned starter. KYLER's statement seemed to suggest that not only does he see himself as the clear upgrade, but also that Miami was willing to make the bold move because they believed Tua had reached his ceiling. And just like that, Dolphins Nation is divided. You can't make this stuff up. The timing of KYLER's post adds even more intrigue, coming right after Miami's front office held a press conference praising Tua's progress and leadership. But actions speak louder than words, and by inking KYLER to a mega deal, rumored to be upwards of $200 million with significant guarantees, the Dolphins are sending a crystal clear message. They're going all in on winning right now. For Tua, it's an undeniably tough pill to swallow. After all, he's just come off a season where he led the Dolphins to the playoffs, posted career highs in passing yards and touchdowns, and silenced many of his doubters. But apparently that wasn't enough to convince the brass that he's the long-term answer. As for KYLER, this is exactly the kind of fresh start he was hoping for. No more questions about his leadership, no more doubts about his commitment, and certainly no more speculation about whether he fits into the offense. Miami's new head coach, Mike McDaniel, has made it clear he wants a quarterback who can keep defenses guessing on every snap. And KYLER fits that bill perfectly. Imagine the possibilities. KYLER rolling out of the pocket, launching deep bombs to Tyreek Hill, or breaking ankles with his signature scrambles. The AFC East just got a whole lot more interesting, and teams like the Bills and Jets are probably already adjusting their defensive game plans. Now, let's talk about Tua's perspective, because we can't ignore the human element in all of this. For years, Tua has battled through adversity, injuries, coaching changes, and constant media scrutiny. He's been the ultimate professional, never complaining, and always working to improve his game. But now, despite everything he's done, it seems the Dolphins are moving on. There's already speculation that Tua could request a trade, with teams like the Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots reportedly interested. Can you imagine Tua staying in the AFC East and having to face the Dolphins twice a year? The drama would be off the charts. But for now, all we know is that Miami's quarterback room just got a lot more crowded and a lot more tense. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments What's your take on the Finns this week? Of course, we can't overlook the bigger picture here. This move signals a seismic shift in the NFL's quarterback market. For years, teams have debated whether to stick with steady but unspectacular passers like TUA or roll the dice on game-changing athletes like KYLER. Miami just made its choice, and it could set off a domino effect around the league. Other teams with good but not great quarterbacks are surely taking note. The era of the safe QB might be coming to an end, replaced by a new wave of ultra-athletic dual-threat signal callers who can take over a game at any moment. KYLER's signing with Miami might be just the first in a series of bold moves this offseason. And let's not forget the fan reaction. Oh man, it's been absolutely wild. Social media is in a frenzy, with Dolphins fans split right down the middle. Some are ecstatic, thrilled at the prospect of finally having an MVP caliber quarterback leading their team. Others are heartbroken, furious at what they perceive as the organization turning its back on Tua after everything he's given them. The memes, the hot takes, the reaction videos, it's all been non-stop since the news broke. And that's what makes this story so compelling. It's not just about X's and O's or stats on a spreadsheet. It's about passion, loyalty, and the brutal business side of professional sports. From a pure football standpoint, though, there's no denying that KYLER's arrival instantly raises Miami's ceiling. With his ability to extend plays and make throws that most quarterbacks wouldn't even attempt, the Dolphins' offense is poised to become one of the most explosive units in the league. Defenses already struggled to contain Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle with Tua at the helm. Now, with KYLER's mobility and improvisation skills added to the mix, they're going to be an absolute nightmare to prepare for. The Dolphins could very well be Super Bowl contenders next season if everything clicks. But of course, with great expectations comes immense pressure, and all eyes will be on KYLER to deliver. So what happens next? That's the million-dollar question. Will Tua demand a trade, or will he stick around and compete for the starting job, hoping to prove everyone wrong? Will KYLER thrive under the bright lights of Miami, or will the pressure and expectations weigh him down? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. This is one of the most shocking and fascinating quarterback moves in recent NFL history. The Dolphins have made their choice, and Kyler Murray has made his statement. Buckle up, folks. The NFL just got a whole lot more dramatic, and I, for one, can't wait to see how it all unfolds on the field this fall. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.